That's what's propagating.
You kiss
What
me
was
goodbye.
this again, Ellie? What was this? Oatmeal? I'm surprised oatmeal smells so good.
How'd you get a scratch in your ear?
Did you put scent in it?
You get a scratch in your ear.
Oatmeal
You guys
honey?
are all on.
Oh, hello!
That is really...
I am Tara, the author of the Dining on a Dime cookbook, along with my mother Jill, who's also the author of the Dining on a Dime cookbook. Oops, I just realized
Michael.
That's okay.
I picked up the wrong Dining on a Dime cookbook, but we'll just go with it. Okay.
We're off to a great start.
What did you do wrong?
I got the wrong copy. Okay, so Dining on a Dime cookbook today is the celebration of Michael's birth.
He's a senior now.
Yay! Is it a national holiday?
Tomorrow,
Is it a national holiday?
Well, it kind of is. I mean,
tomorrow Michael turns
I'm sorry, Michael.
I
50.
turned 50.
How do you feel?
Half century.
Let's talk about how you feel.
How do I feel? I feel good.
Da 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 da.
I knew that I should.
Da 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 da.
No worries about the YouTube bot there.
everyone's saying happy birthday.
Thank you, everyone.
So,
yay, half century. All right. Now I can say,
how does it feel?
back when I was your age in the last millennium.
How does it feel to be a half century? That's what I want to know for when I get there. How am I supposed to feel?
If you get there alive, that'll be good.
If you make it in one piece, huh?
Oh,
All right, kiddos.
really?
Back when I was a kid, there was no internet.
There wasn't. Did you know that when Dad was a kid, there was no internet?
Why wouldn't I?
Well, just wondering. Did you know that?
Yes.
And do you know what Dad did for entertainment when he didn't have the internet?
He played with, he went outside and played.
What?
That's a concept you
I
guys
would-
don't know, huh?
Do you know what? Do you know what a water meter is, Jack? It's a little round thing over the sidewalk somewhere, and down in there, there's a little valve that you can turn the water on and off on the house. And when I was your age, I would kind of scooch the lid over to the side and reach in there and try to get frogs.
Huh?
Dad was desperate for
Because
entertainment.
that's what kids did in those days. Play outside.
Desperate for entertainment.
Why were you trying to get frogs?
Because it was fun to play with them.
Do frogs live in the water?
Well,
Apparently.
they did there because it was nice and cold and wet.
And it was Texas.
And it was Texas. I was going to say Texas.
But we did kind of peek in there first to make sure it wasn't a snake. Because we had those in Texas too.
Okay, so I'm going to make
Thank
Mike's
you, everyone.
favorite chocolate cake. I am making his favorite chocolate cake. And then all our beautiful readers sent us all these gifts for Mike.
What? Oh, thank you, everyone.
So he's going to open all your gifts. Thank you so
Wow,
much.
that's going to be a long show. There's a lot of stuff.
Mom and I were discussing
Yeah,
that
we were
beforehand.
thinking. Okay, we need...
Okay, Devil's Food Cake. So,
Like, stop appreciating, just open.
we are making Devil's Food Cake. This tastes just like the box mix. Yes?
Jennifer says her husband is Mike too, and he turned 50 in January.
Ooh. All right, so the recipe, Mike's giving you the recipe.
Oh.
Once again,
Guess Mike better
it's
get it
in our
together.
Dining on a Dime cookbook right here. I don't know what page it's on in the new one because our page numbers got messed up on the sample copy. So I don't know what page it's on. You'll just have to look in the index, people. Do
It's
the
right-
work.
It's right on the page, just now in the index. In the sample
Okay, so
copy.
here's the thing. Oh dear. I'm not in the mood to be doing this today. So here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
Guys, we give you the link in the recipe. I am not going to give you the amounts of each and every individual thing. You can click on the link and go to our website and get the link. Or get the recipe. Every single show, we have somebody say, well, how much did you put in of this? Or how much did you put of that? We have the recipes at livingonadime.com. So just click the link. Mike's putting it there. And boom, it will be there for you.
What am I putting the link for?
That's my service announcement for the day. Okay.
Oh, I'm supposed to put the links for the recipes in?
Okay, so
Slipped my mind.
going to be a long show for sure. Oh, dear.
Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how to measure shortening. I show you this every single time because somebody may not know how to do it. Okay, so I have 1.5 cups of water in here. Just cool water. I need 1/2 cup of shortening. So I'm going to put my shortening in here until the water goes up to 2, and I need 1/8. Okay, there we go. So then, when you lift out your shortening, you have the exact amount of shortening that you need.
But now your shortening is wet.
It won't hurt anything. Okay, so let me grab my water. Oh dear, this is very crowded today. Do I want to know?
We're just over here laughing.
Oh,
Laughing
it
at all that?
disturbs me that this is crisp, though. I'm not sure.
That
Becky
is
said-
shortening. Now, why are we using shortening? Because shortening makes cakes fluffier and cookies fluffier. So if you like a fluffy cake or fluffy cookies, use shortening because it will make it rise really nice. Okay, so can you guys see that? We're melting the shortening and the cocoa in hot boiling water. Okay, so we're gonna let this get dissolved. All right, any accolades for you while I'm dissolving this?
Oh, lots and lots of people are.
Aww.
Has
Because you're
Mike been celebrating already?
Can we tell him what he said now, or do we wait till
Okay.
you're done?
Dave, go ahead and shoot Nan and Dad while this is melting real quick.
Alright, hand.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you been celebrating already today?
I've been
I
mocking my
want you
mother-in-law.
guys to know the cruelty I have to put up with on a regular basis. Okay, bad day, trying to get my makeup on 10, 15 minutes before we're starting, slapping the stuff on. I come out, I say, I've now tried 6 shades of lipstick and nothing's working. I can't get this stuff on my face. And Michael says,
I said at your age, if you just get it on your face, that's a big thing.
at my age, if I just get it on my face, that's a big thing. Now, I have to laugh at
I'll
that
tell you
one.
what, she busted out laughing
I
right
have to
there.
laugh at that
That's the
one.
kind of relationship we have. Like it totally sidetracks the problem.
I'd been trying to get this makeup on, and then he said that if I can just get it on my face at my age, I'm lucky. Oh my word. Then I go and get the mascara, and I put a big black blob of mascara. It's like, oh my. Anyway, I thought you guys would appreciate the cruelty that I have to go through. So go ahead, Tara. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, for age.
Okay, let me finish throwing this cake together here. Good grief. Okay, so we've got our soured milk. We've got our
White
flour
Sour milk? White sour milk.
because it helps make your cakes fluffy.
Ew.
We've got our baking soda.
I'm never eating one of your chocolate cakes again.
Oh, thanks,
What?
Jack.
Because
They're
it has
delicious.
sour milk in it.
They're delicious.
Just saying no.
Okay, and then salt, because the world needs more salt, people. All right, and then 2 eggs. 1 and 2. There you go. Okay, did I get everything? Oh, and my sugar. Oops, I forgot the sugar. Okay, so now we got the sugar. Okay, the link for the recipe is in the description. Once again. Okay, get the rest of the sugar. Apparently I had water in my thing and I did not know it. Okay, there we go. So now, Dave, microphone please. We're going to mix this up. Ready?
Smell the chocolate.
Alrighty.
See, pretty soon Mike's gonna come alive with all this chocolate smell.
You're gonna come alive with all the chocolate smell?
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting a little ornery.
Speaking of chocolate smell, you should see what Tara did to torture me today, or yesterday. She brought over, for my chocolate friends, I haven't had chocolate for a couple of weeks now, and Tara brought over, I don't know if I'm supposed to even talk about it, but she was making some little gift things, like about 100 little gift things for some people and stuff, and she brings like 7 to 8 huge bags, probably 25 pounds worth of chocolate, and some little bags, and she said, Mom, can you package these in this candy into these little bags for me? I'm surrounded with all these bags and bags of chocolate, and I'm supposed to be dealing with them all evening long, and I can't eat any of them.
I told you you could eat it. Don't tell me that.
One piece.
I did not.
It was awful. I had to control. I had such good self-control. Although I didn't eat any.
This is false storytelling.
I had self-control. I was so proud of myself. But I'll have to confess, my mom had about 12 pounds of toffee in her freezer. So I was eating that while I was bagging up the candy. So it wasn't total self-control, was it?
Yes, Mother will be going into a diabetic coma. We will be taking her to the hospital after the show.
Michael and I love chocolate so much, don't we?
We do.
We do get along on that, don't we, Michael?
Yes.
A whole lot.
Okay, so I greased and floured my pans. What I do when I grease both pans, put the flour in one pan, and then dump the excess into the second pan. That way I don't use too much flour, but in this case I had to add just a little bit more. Then we're going to throw these in the oven at 350. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Did the magic of television one go there?
Oh dear.
Oh, there was something already in the oven.
There's something that's been baking in the oven for hours.
We'll just kind of ignore that.
That's nothing to do with this show, by the way.
Okay.
We don't have to eat that, guys. Aren't we lucky?
Nancy says, I made this cake recipe a few weeks ago for a friend. It turned out amazing and so easy. Be gone, cake mixes.
It's super, super easy. Okay, then we're going to do through the magic of television. So,
Whoa.
then I have these two that I already baked. Now, here's the thing. When you're making a double or triple layer cake, I'm just doing double today, flip the bottom upside down, because then you have a flat surface to frost, okay? So, I'm not going to make up the frosting. I'm just going to put it on today. But, oh dear. Oops. Okay, today is the days of learning.
Do as she says, not as she does.
Okay, so this is going to be my middle section.
That's a lot of frosting.
We're all going to have a diabetic coma. All right, then I used the wrong end of the spatula. Okay, so then you take your second one. Oops. Hold on, Anita.
Okay, see, the cake is sticking slightly. If you guys have trouble with that in your pans, you can cut out a round piece of wax paper and put in the bottom before you put the cake in to bake it.
Yes.
And that'll keep it from sticking if you ever have trouble with that.
But I think that's a pain in the rear, so I don't do it. So I would prefer to fight the cake!
No,
you
it's
put the
walking
wax
off.
paper
There you
in,
go.
it'll come out pretty
See, if you
easy.
put the wax paper in.
You won't have that happen.
But that's okay.
But nothing
So-
a little bit of icing can't handle.
Thank you,
Nothing-
see,
yes,
Dave.
Good show, Dave.
Good job, Dave.
Nothing
Okay.
a little frosting can't cover
So
up.
then,
Oh my lord.
I'm not going to cover the whole cake. What I'm going to do for this one is, Jack, come here, is do like, yeah?
We got a $9 super chat from Barbara saying happy birthday, Mike.
Oh,
Yes, thank you, Barbara.
It's $10, not $9. My bad.
Yay.
now you can go.
Wow.
And also,
Stay here for a
Amy
minute.
gave a $5 super chat and said, happy birthday, Mike. Thank you guys so much.
Ah,
I appreciate that.
there you go. Okay.
You guys are
So
so sweet.
then, wait a minute, I didn't get it very good here. Okay. So then you take your candles. This was as close as I could get to gold. One. I'm going easy on you, dear.
I want to see you put all of them on there. And one for good luck. Is that what it is? Or
Where
is
are
that
the
the
other
spankings?
46?
Is that the spankings?
Okay.
Oh my goodness, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a long show.
Okay, Dave, come on over.
What? Do I pull up the camera?
Sure. Okay, Ellie.
But I'm right
Ow!
over here.
Oh my! Ah! It's not stopping.
Blow it.
Crap.
Mother.
I probably shouldn't throw that in the trash, should I?
Mother. What?
Mom didn't know what to do. And Dave came in with his professional expertise and saved the day. That's why he makes the big bucks.
That's why Dave makes the big bucks.
Get over here, Dave.
His survival skills have
Come on,
kicked in. Has to have survival
Uh-oh.
skills around his mom, don't you, when there's fire?
Okay, and then
Decade candles.
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mom.
Or whatever.
Happy birthday to you. Don't spit all over it.
I had to save up some breath. All right. Thank you.
Goodness.
Yum.
Have mercy. Welcome to the house of
Whoa, whoa,
insanity.
whoa, whoa. You didn't give me the candles.
That's because I'm giving you the cake.
Oh, okay.
Can I have
Okay.
the first
I
bite?
see.
Even
It's
though
his
that's
birthday.
Can I have the first
birthday.
bite?
Do you want to be my
Oh
cupbearer?
my word.
Okay, so we want to make sure Dad has enough cake for his birthday.
Oh, Retro
Oh,
Ray
my
says, wait,
word.
no birthday hats.
I'm not your
Uh-oh.
cup.
Oh, we didn't have birthday hats. Tara always has
Hold on,
has
let me
birthday
order this
hats.
crisis.
There you go.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank
Oh
you.
my.
Ooh. Oh, except
Wow,
it's
that looks
leaning forward.
professional.
Let's push it back.
I'm remembering Paris for you. It's a Paris cake.
That would be Italy, dear. Italy.
Oh, you mean the leaning
Tower
tower?
is in Italy.
The one in Paris doesn't lean. Oh, man.
Oh,
This is really
Paris
good.
doesn't lean, huh?
This is, I didn't see what you put in here.
Goodness.
Did you put coconut in
You
here?
don't want to see.
I didn't.
Oh, Jack's being
Jack,
festive.
where's
Oh,
forgot the party
yay,
hats.
Jack.
Okay, here we go.
Yay.
There's Dad's. Here's
Jack, you
Nan's.
want to help me put it on?
Here's Mom's.
Oh,
So I have to put down
goodness.
There we
cake?
go.
Oh, I got my Brits in.
This is really good.
Did I mention I don't like things touching my neck? Hand me a plate, Dave. Okay, Jack, here's your slice.
Oh, dear.
This is
Yum.
dinner.
Oh,
Enjoy.
my
Now,
goodness.
this is dinner.
Goodness. That is huge.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very large
That is
slice.
huge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, take a bite. And let
Oh,
everybody
thank
see
you,
what
everybody.
think. Okay, here we go.
Is it good? Matches
He's got to think
something.
about it.
It's the worst thing I've ever tasted.
So you better
So
try
you're
another
eating
bite.
more, huh? It's the worst thing you've ever tasted, so you have to eat more.
I love it. It's just very
Oh,
good.
goodness. Dave's standing there looking at that cake dying.
Do you
Mom.
want some, Dave?
No, I don't like chocolate.
Man.
Oh, that's
Which
right.
frosting
You don't
did you
like
use this
chocolate
time?
cake, do you?
No,
Homemade?
I'm not
Mom,
into
where's your
chocolate.
party
Can you
hat?
believe
it
I
from
have
the
a
book?
grandchild that doesn't
Should
like
promote that one.
chocolate?
Yeah.
I thought it would
It's
never
really good.
have.
Chocolate cake. I like
Chocolate
chocolate.
cake.
Bars like Cadbury and stuff, but I don't like cake.
But when you were little, he wouldn't touch chocolate at all, would he?
No. Well, he was allergic to milk. So, the chocolate cake and frosting are both in Dining on a Dime.
We have another birthday in Firestone.
Oh, is it Bree's
It's
birthday?
Bree's birthday.
think
Okay,
it's
we'll have to
tomorrow.
sing happy birthday to Bree. Here we
Yes.
go. Is
Well-
she watching?
Yes.
Okay, here you go. Ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bree. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Yay!
went out. Shoo. Oh dear.
Now, someday when you're 50 like me, actually, we have an awesome birthday.
You do. It's the
Yes.
best day to be born, isn't it?
Yep. So Brianna, or Bree, is Jamie's daughter, and
Yes, that you guys see here, my friend Jamie.
what?
Oh, sorry.
Taking my dinner away?
Okay. I was making room for presents.
Oh, okay.
But can you throw that in the sink? Okay, so we have a boatload of presents that everyone has sent Mike. So we're gonna have him open the presents, and we will take comments.
Her daughter told me she had no plan. I guess you didn't plan
Well,
this
not
out.
what you were set. I mean, I'm sorry.
We were keeping it a secret.
I see.
I was trying
While
to.
you were gone that one time getting Jack on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
Mom, wait, wasn't it on Monday? Yeah, Mom was telling everyone in secret because we thought you wouldn't look at the show and you didn't. So
I don't usually have to watch it because I usually experience it live.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
In glorious 3D.
yeah, true.
This is unbelievable what you
Yes,
got.
wow, what is all this?
Oh my goodness.
Where's my
Nice.
So Tara from Meade, Colorado wants to know what it's like being married to the most wonderful woman in the world, sticking with you for 25 years.
Ooh.
Hashtag no response. Just kidding. Yes, you are wonderful. I just happily celebrated 25 years with you. That's half my life.
No, we didn't have a little wine before the show. It's just the joy of the Lord.
Man, if we don't need wine, it'd push us over the edge.
Yeah, can you imagine?
All right, so I open.
Open.
Go for it.
Go for
Dun,
it.
dun, dun, dun. This is. Oh, this is Andrea. Andrea, I could tell it's you just by what it is. Thank you. Andrea.
Your favorite food.
Oh, Andrea.
He loves that so
I love
much.
Jello and lime especially, and Andrea's remembered that for years.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, Ellie and I met Andrea and her son in London a couple of years ago, and we'd already known Andrea from the show, and we've had this joke at least that long. So,
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrea. So I'll have to check. All right, gotta look at the card. All right, happy birthday and many more. Thank you, Andrea. Oh, awesome! I appreciate that. That was totally worth it.
Oh, that couldn't be better. You love your Jello so much. And I
Yes.
thought that was weird when you guys were first married. We'd go to a fancy restaurant and he'd get Jello, green Jello,
And
lime Jello.
I always made it a point every time we'd go, anytime, I would always have to get at least a little bit of Jello.
Yeah.
I did.
So now we
We
do that
actually have
every
some.
Christmas.
We haven't had any for a while, but I wasn't feeling very good yesterday, and so Tara
You
made a
fixed
bunch of it for me. Ooh, I didn't see who it was from, but Cheryl. All right. An Idaho.
From
Oh.
Idaho. Wow.
Yum. Almonds, sea salt, and dark chocolate. Endangered species. I haven't seen that brand before.
Well, let me
Ooh.
test it for you, Michael, before you.
Yeah, we need to
I
make
might
sure
let you have a little.
it's not
A
poisonous.
controlled amount.
Yeah.
Yes, we care
We
for
need to,
you.
yes.
We're
This
your
one is
cupbearers.
luscious blueberries and dark chocolate. Oh, that sounds really good.
We are your cupbearers.
I like that.
I'll have to have Jack be
Deal with the
holder of
chocolate.
it and then pass it out appropriately.
Deal with the chocolate,
Wait.
huh?
You don't want these, do you? Oh, you're 50. It's no surprise you're still in great shape. When you were born, things were made to last. That's awesome.
That's cute.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That's cute.
Aw,
Thank you, Jamie.
I need to show that
Thank
to
you. You're a great
Grandpa.
example to all as a godly husband and father. Wow. I'm still reaching for that, but yes. That's you very much.
Oh, that's cute.
Aw.
This is my gift to you.
Oh, thank you, Jack. That's probably the best gift I've had all day. All right, Yvette. Yvette.
Oh,
How did you know?
oh my.
Just my size.
Oh
Oh
my.
man, that's
Oh,
they're
yum.
getting you the good stuff.
Yeah.
I love the mint and the dark.
Where's my
Oh,
stuff?
yeah, he
I
loves
love dark
both.
chocolate.
That's his top of the line.
Oh, yum.
What? Jonathan said to tell you happy early birthday.
Yes, Jonathan. I'm following you now. I'm going to find out what it's like to cross over. Jonathan had a birthday 2 months ago. So.
Oh dear.
Okay, let's see. Tori, all right. What?
What is
These
this?
are
It says
aren't
Mike
those
and Tara.
cute?
Oh,
Okay, you
this
can
is
open
for
it.
Tara and me.
Oh, it must be
that's
for the
cute.
Christmas.
Those are super cute.
Ah.
The Kellum family.
Aren't
Oh,
those
thank you.
cute?
Oh my goodness, they're little gnomes.
They are little gnomes.
Adorable.
We can go put them on the
Look at-
tree.
They got little
oh man,
like
the tree's
wooden
looking really
noses.
pretty.
Oh, thanks, Tori. Oh, how cute. She's got little gingerbread confetti with.
Oh,
Wait.
sure enough.
Is that the same? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she
I
said one
see.
for your birthday and one for
Oh,
Christmas.
thank you so much.
Oh. That is so funny.
Oh,
Oh
thank
my
you,
goodness,
Tori.
thank you. I think I'm gonna have to do a gnome tree next year. I feel it in my bones.
Are you putting those over there, Tara?
Wait, you didn't read this one. You didn't look at this one. Cheryl.
Oh, you're welcome. That was nice.
All
Thank
right.
us for sending her the Bible.
Yes. Awesome. I'm hoping you're enjoying it. Woo, Cheryl. Man, did you tell everybody about the chocolate thing?
Did I mention the chocolate? Did I?
I think so.
Did I? Oh my
Yum.
goodness.
Yum, dark chocolate with almonds. Because these are all exactly the right things.
Oh my.
Oh, and then
That's hilarious.
I'm grabbing all
Ghirardelli
your presents
sea
from
salt
you.
caramel
Oh.
dark chocolate. I know how many there are.
How many there are?
I might share something with my mother-in-law. Since she lets me hassle her like
dear, that's
that. Wait, this one I already looked at. Or is it? Did
No,
I?
this
I
is
didn't.
from this
Okay.
Hey, Dad.
Sorry.
You're 49 years, 364 days, 6 hours, and 3 minutes old.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's
You've calculated that?
Aw.
I mean, I'm not sure what time you were born, but I just thought.
But you knew
midnight.
the world forever was changed when it happened, huh?
I just took midnight.
You took midnight.
I'm sure she
'Cause that's
wrote
when
there.
it changes.
I hope you and your mother-in-law enjoy the
Uh-huh.
chocolate.
I see. It just says, I hope you enjoy the chocolate. It doesn't say y'all or anything, so I'm not sure. Thank you, Cheryl, so much. Oh, thank you.
Did you do those calculations, Jack? In your brain?
Yeah.
Thank you for being a kind soul in a hard world. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh my. Tara, did you see that pile over there?
Oh, there's. But
Those
wait,
cards.
there's more.
Oh yeah, there's more.
There's more.
But wait, are these part
Yeah.
of it? Or are these other
Open the
things?
gifts first.
Whoa.
Grab
Oh, there's
those
more
ones.
over there.
There's more.
And here's your cards.
Whoa. I think I should open each and every one and read it on
We
the show.
knew you would. So
Yes.
we were
We discussed
prepared.
that, Tara, and I discussed
Okay, this is
that.
from Jenny.
Oh, awesome. Nice card. Wait, hold on. Aw, thank you, Jenny. I think I like the card more. Oh, wait.
From Jenny Kachi.
I
Oh, that's
have
cute.
a vintage hat. That's awesome.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
that is so great. Let's see. I was going to see if I could
Can you see it
readjust
without your glasses?
You see me?
Can you see anything now? You're so
That is
old.
one thing. Even prior to turning 50, I have like 8 pairs of glasses. I can never see anything. So,
When he
oh,
first,
The next
when
one,
Michael
yeah.
first
I
found
definitely should
out
put that
that
one on.
he was going to get bifocals, he came to me and asked me. He said, "Is there anything we can do to fix this?" And I just looked at him and laughed. No, Michael. Bifocals.
I asked you that?
Yes, you did.
See, I'm already losing.
Yeah, now you're losing your memory.
Oh, let's see, Nancy. Oh, all right. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wow. Yay. Oh, happy
All right, see
birthday.
if this will fit your big head now.
Everyone on YouTube wishing you a happy
There, is that
birthday.
better?
Yes.
That's
Vintage.
good.
That's
That's
cool.
good. Oh dear.
All right. Thanks, Jimmy. All right. Ooh, what's this? Dun, 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 dun.
Nancy? Is that Nancy, Michael? Can
Yes.
either one of us read
Ooh.
it?
Is that that's a,
Oh, it's like
It's
a
a little
little
candle.
Sun, looks like a little candle thing.
all
Oh, how
right.
cute!
Oh, that's
Thank you.
cute.
That's
A safe candle. A candle that Tara can use.
Yeah, a candle Tara can use.
So you're saying I'm not going to burn the house down now?
Yep. Well, and this time when Dave has to rescue you, he just has to know that there's a switch on.
Yep.
Aren't you feeling good today?
Yes. Woo. Dun, 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 dun.
Tara
Whoa.
from Meade, Colorado wants to know what is it like to sleep on the couch?
I should ask her because she's the one that always
She's always sleeping on the couch.
I know you like to keep your birthday simple, low-key, not too much fuss, and you probably didn't want to make a big deal out of it. But I do.
Oh, that's cute.
That is awesome.
Cute.
Oh,
You're-
that's funny.
Goodness.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for being you. You light up so many lives by your wise counsel and caring ways. Even though we've never met, we will meet in heaven. Yes, Nancy. Maybe before that. That's awesome.
I always think that's so cool. We never get to see our viewers most of the time.
Yes.
But just think we're going to see them in heaven. Can you imagine when we get up there what it's going to be
Heaven.
like with everybody
I'm in
having a big
heaven.
meet-up? You know,
Yep.
wouldn't that be a crack up?
And I'm a little closer today.
You're a little closer now today than you were
Thank you.
yesterday.
Thank you. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
goodness.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, now there's two more.
Right here. Okay. Cat lover. What?
Oh, the candle means your light will never go out.
Aw, thank you.
Especially if you use Amazon Basics batteries.
And Tara's sharing a link to the, to the battery test video. Whoa. Nice. Oh, I forgot that you were sending dehydrated stuff.
Oh,
Kelly.
yeah, that is
Oh my goodness,
cool.
that's
Ice-
crazy.
Ice cream sandwiches.
I have
Okay, you
never
gotta test
seen
Dehydrated
that.
ice cream sandwiches.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't test this live on the show, but my goodness.
Oh, you know what? You made these freeze-dried Skittles for us before,
Oh,
and they
yeah?
were awesome.
Oh, yeah, they were telling me
We,
about that.
okay,
before.
freeze dry machine people. If you have a machine you want us to test, send it to us.
You know
you
me.
love those, don't you?
Circus peanuts, the only kind of peanuts I eat.
Yeah. Okay, try it.
Mmm.
Does it taste like an ice cream sandwich?
It does. I was waiting for the taste because you know when it's freeze-dried. It does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to decide what the middle tastes like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ellie wants
Oh,
to try some.
my.
First swoop.
Those are
That is
awesome.
cool.
Freeze-dried ice cream sandwiches. Wow.
Wow.
So is this one cut into a bunch of pieces?
Apparently.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
well, don't eat them with a blue shirt.
Oops.
Oh, yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm.
Mmm.
Those are
Oh
good.
my.
Oh, my goodness.
Ellie's not sure. Wait.
Oh, I thought you already saw that.
I saw the circus peanuts, but I did not yet show the dark chocolate.
Chocolate.
I love dark chocolate.
Huh,
Yum.
these are cool. Oh, look at
I love
those.
any kind of chocolate, but dark chocolate especially.
Oh, my goodness.
Mm-mm-mm.
We're gonna help save you from diabetes.
And I'll eat most of it for you.
Yes. Well, see, I have to stash it somewhere where I can only get just a little at a time. I need one of those machines like they give to hamsters. Where you...
You have to run and get your...
Well, that too. I was thinking the one where you push the thing and
Oh,
it only
yeah.
gives you like a measured amount.
Because it'd take you a while to figure out how to do that, huh, Michael?
Yes. Oh, thank you very much, Patty. I appreciate it so much.
Look at that, so cute.
That was a cute
Did
card.
you see the card?
I didn't show the
That was
card.
cute.
All right. Oh, and then there's this. But wait, there's more.
That's from
Whoa.
Mary. That's
This is-
from Mary.
This is big. This is heavy.
Yes.
Oh, my.
Mary
I
sent
got
that.
a rock. Just kidding.
I-
That would be a great present.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Thank you, Mary.
Oh,
Wow.
We're getting done
My
Hershey's
kids'
tonight.
chocolate syrup.
favorite. Oh,
Yum.
my.
Wow, 6 pounds of chocolate syrup. This will probably last at least till Friday. Thank you. Actually, I really haven't been eating that much of it lately, but this is so
Oh,
awesome.
Wow.
Yes.
That's because I haven't been buying it.
I haven't been eating ice cream very much, but
Now
I,
you got chocolate to go with it.
yes.
Oh, I've never
Yum.
seen one so big that it has handles on it like this.
Wow, look at that.
Okay. So I gotta read the comments here. This is hilarious. Cheryl says, Tara, are you going to teach us to make them? I say, make what? Carol's Cottage says, your underwear drawer. I think she's talking about stashing the chocolate chip.
Yeah.
But it was just funny the way it came up on the
way the order went on comments.
Oh, the freeze-dried ice creams. I don't have a freeze dryer machine.
I wish we had one because I'd love to try one.
But Cat Lover has freeze-dried stuff for us before those Skittles.
Yeah.
Where are the Skittles?
I put them over here.
They kind of look like they break open when she freeze-dries them, but they're crunchy. It's a totally different kind of flavor, but they're really, really good. It's probably a good thing I don't have a freeze-dried dryer, or I would eat them all the time. Awesome. Seriously, do I... Wow, do I read all the cards then? I said that, but I was like, yeah, we're
doing fine. Everybody's watching
for you too, Mike.
You're going to open them for me? Thank you. Oh, Amy. Thank you, Amy Porter. Oh, thank you, Jeff and Amy. From Indiana. Cool. I did not know where you were from. Nice. Thank you. That's cute.
It's cute. You guys come up with the funniest cards sometimes.
Oh, Karen, can I make just one tiny suggestion for your birthday? Have a wonderfully terrific, fantastic, super awesome day. Aw, thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. I love it.
So they're talking about doing the freeze-dried food, and Margaret says you can go to a bake shop and get some freeze-dried ice. Somehow making food with dried ice you get at a bake shop just doesn't quite seem...
Oh, that's one I didn't look at yet.
That's one I opened for you.
Oh, you're opening them for me?
Yes.
Wow,
Saves
I
you
have an
time.
assistant.
I'm your assistant.
Karen
Like
says
this.
next Monday the show's going to be all about chocolate.
Thank you. Oh, love you on the show. Your laugh makes everyone happy too. Keep on helping the world be a better place. Thank you, Sonia. I appreciate that. Yes, our birthday's great. People give you presents, send you cards, buy you drinks, give you cake. And all you have to do is get old. Yes.
That's good. That's
Wow.
good.
It's funny, as I'm thinking back when I was in elementary school. I told this story before, but if you missed it before, when I was in elementary school, they asked us write a story about what you're going to be doing in the far future, and start the story with the phrase "in the year 2000." And I remember in those days thinking, "Oh, I'd be so ancient in the year 2000. I'll never live that long." Wow, this is really pretty, Phyllis.
Look at the envelope matches.
Yeah.
Oh, look at.
It has a matching envelope. Wow, that's really pretty. Oh, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
A bookmark.
And a really cool bookmark.
Yeah.
Mike needs a vending machine for his gifts.
Cute.
Oh,
That's really cute.
thank you, Phyllis. And a very awesome bookmark with an Irish blessing on it.
That's
very cool.
That's cool.
Yay. Oh,
So
sorry,
we
I'm not used
have,
to
what
having an
happened to you guys
assistant.
moving to Ireland? Was so hoping to follow you over there. So we found out that the Irish immigration laws were prohibitive of us moving there, so we just went last summer for the summer.
Thank you, Yvette. It's awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, we did go with the summer. We were there some of the summer. But yeah, the immigration laws
That's cute.
Why
were
are they
really
prohibited?
difficult.
I was just
Well, we would have to have, so the immigration laws would require us to have, if we stayed more than 3 months, to have $50,000 in the bank for each one of us that was going to be there. And I think we also had to have proof of an insurance, and since ours is a health sharing, I'm not sure they would have accepted that, so we would have had to do something different for that as well.
It's going to be too much of a pain.
So that, well,
Oh, I'm supposed to give you a hug.
oh, thank you. Oh, dear Mike, it's your day to shine. Happy 50th birthday. Sincerely, Diane. I appreciate it. Oh, that's cool. I appreciate that. Wow. I think this is more birthday cards than I think I've ever
That's
seen.
a Christmas one there, Michael.
Oh, a Christmas one.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
that
that's
looks
cute.
like, what's the shop around the corner?
Yeah.
So, I haven't opened it yet, but this is a Christmas card that we got. And it looks like a shop from a movie we love. Oh, it's from Margaret.
Oh, thanks,
Aw.
Margaret.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yes, Leah, look at the cute little.
Nice.
Yeah.
She must do scrapbooking. She always
Yeah.
sends the
Yes,
cutest
she
things.
did some really nice kind of work on it in there. It's just really beautiful.
Susan wants to know, are we still thinking about moving? Yes. We're just trying to find property here. It's really expensive in Colorado, so we're just trying to still look. Well, I'm happy to move somewhere else, but...
Wow, that's
Isn't
cool.
that cool looking?
Yeah, that's really cool.
I thought that was pretty cool looking.
Thanks, Joni. Oh,
Marilyn wants to know, have you ever gotten so many cards?
I have never gotten this many cards before. Wow.
You guys outdid yourselves on these cards, that's for sure.
Oh, thank you, Teresa. Teresa sent me Happy is the Home with the Well-Loved Cat. And you know what? I love cats that look like that.
Never had one, but we won't go there.
That's a cute kitty. Yeah, actually, we need to go visit BJ so we can enjoy his cats.
Yes.
50 years young. Whoa, 50.
Just a baby, Michael.
What a difference does it make?
Oh, my.
Today, what really matters is the attitude you take.
Oh, yeah, it's for you. I think.
Okay.
It's in the other room. Grab it, Dave. Go ahead and answer it, Dave.
Thank you, Dorothy. I very much appreciate it. Oops. Is it grandma or something?
No, it's
Oh. Okay, this is making me
Cold
laugh.
Creek. Call him back. Here, bring it here. Yeah.
It's from Julie. From Julie Palmer.
Let me see that one. That's hilarious.
So it's you didn't choose the
That's
stud
so
life.
cute.
And then inside it says the stud life chose you. That's awesome, Julie. I
You're
appreciate
just
that.
all that.
Whoa! And Julie decorated it with lots of 50s all around too. Wow, I'm rich.
You're rich in love.
I'm the richest man in town. You haven't
Oh.
seen that? Oh wait, we're gonna. I guess we'll wait for Emily on that one. Alrighty.
Okay, so I put a knife in my cake and it comes out. See how it comes out clean? That's when you know it's done.
Dorothy.
Then let it cool.
Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, Dorothy, to Mike and Tara, thank you for my study Bible. I love it. Thank you, Dorothy. Oh, did you see it?
Oh, that's pretty.
For a minute when Tara leaned over, I thought, no, you don't want to burn your hair on the candle.
Margaret's, I don't know. Margaret, I'll look and see where that went.
That's really pretty. Well, did you see it?
Yes, I did.
That's really
It's very
pretty,
pretty.
yeah. Okay. My assistant is gone now.
Do you need help?
No, it's okay if you're occupied trying to dissect the bread. Wait, you're not as young as you used to be. Oh, this is really pretty. Wow. So, you're not as young as you used to be. Wow, the colors and everything on this one are a lot different. It's really cool. But you're not as old as you're going to be. Yes, an Irish proverb. It says, I heard there was a celebrity recently. I forgot who it was. It said, it's better than the alternative or something. Although, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking heaven's looking mighty good to me.
Oh, we enjoy your show. God bless you and your family. Bernie and, I can't see. Oh, Bunny and Butch. Bunny and Butch. Oh, thank you, Bunny
Yeah.
and Butch. I appreciate that.
Okay, so we just had a question. Ellie does have everything back in stock. This one's oatmeal. Ugh, smells so good. And she's got the goat milk cream and the soaps. I just put the link for those of you who are asking.
Whoa, you know one thing I like? I really love all the different kinds of cars. This one's from Albuquerque. That looks exactly like what I would expect from Albuquerque.
How is BJ doing? Brooke, he's doing pretty good.
May all your dreams come true. Best birthday wishes to you. God bless you on your birthday and every day. Thank you, Renee. I'm the one who won the cookbook.
Oh, yay.
Renee in Albuquerque.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, BJ's doing really good. He's got a new job doing security systems and internet and cell phone selling. And they actually want him, he's their #1 salesman for the home security, and they want him to take over a store in South Denver because he's doing so good. So he's thinking about that.
50 is a time of new awakenings,
If you wait.
From unexpected naps. I love Carol. Thank you, Carol. Actually, it's funny because I shouldn't say it. I'll be confessing. We have a neighbor who, when they were moving, did they just give us that lazy boy chair? They gave us a really nice lazy boy chair. And Tara, at this time of year, Tara always wants to watch nothing but Christmas movies. So I'm sitting in the chair, and I realize if I'm not doing something else while I'm sitting in the chair, then I'll kind of find myself going towards the last half hour of the movie.
Old age has hit for sure, Michael.
Ooh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for being such a man of God and sharing your faith.
Colorado.
Oh, I enjoy watching you and listening to your thoughts on God's word. May God's hand be on you always. Oh, thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. Wow, I like the Max Lucado card. Actually,
Yeah, he likes.
I don't want to show your address, or else I would show I really love your return label. It's super cute. Ooh, let's see. Happy birthday. Oh, thank you, Heather. You and your family are all such blessings to many people, me included. Thank you. Heather from Wisconsin. All right.
Isn't that pretty? I
Yes,
love the
that's really
colors.
pretty.
I love the colors.
I know,
on
that's
that
one thing I'm
card.
loving is all these cards are so much different than each other.
They're just.
Wait a minute. This looks like... This is another one that's just amazing looking and beautiful. It is from Debbie. Oh, hi, Debbie. Have a very happy 50th. You're the happiest guy I ever saw on YouTube. Yes. Probably am the happiest guy on YouTube. Oh, I praise you because you made me in an amazing and wonderful way. Psalm 139:14. Oh, please show this one on the air. I absolutely will. It is really, really cool. Yeah, and then even inside it's... So this looks like one of those really cool Christmas things, but it also kind of reminds me of Mr. Blanding's dream home. That's really cool. Thank you so much. That's really
pretty?
beautiful, yeah.
Michael, are you going to buy me a house like that sometime?
I think I need to buy her a house like that.
I'm still
I was
waiting,
thinking
Michael.
of a whippy comment, but in my old age, I'm a
couldn't.
little slow.
You weren't having trouble earlier, that's for sure.
Yes.
That's because he's
Oh.
getting closer.
Oh, thank you, Tammy. Oh, Merry Christmas wishes to you and happy 50th birthday. May God bless you with many more years. Thank you very much, Tammy. Oh, I love the snowman.
That's cute.
Whoops.
Those are really cute.
So are there any comments or questions? Like, what's it like to get older? Actually, I haven't really quite crossed over yet, have I? That's not till tomorrow.
You're close enough, Michael, to count it, I think. Close
So,
enough.
guys, this is a gluten-free bread recipe I was testing
Oh,
for our new cookbook. It actually turned out pretty good.
This one's from Kathy
that's
in
pretty.
Indiana.
Can I
That's
taste?
awesome. Oh, it's really pretty.
Can you taste
Actually,
like
this
bread?
reminds me of a wallpaper pattern from somewhere that was cool. Is that hotel in the Springs?
Oh, yeah.
What is I forgot what it's called. The really fancy place.
Pretty good?
Needs more salt.
It does.
The world needs more salt.
Oh, Karen. I think I got a card from you last year, Karen.
Oh, look at that cool. Did you see that, Tara? Look
Yeah.
at this card.
Let me see. Oh, that's cool.
So I guess I can say last names if I don't say where.
Just say whoever E.
Well, it's Karen C, but she's been a regular for a long time. You work hard, you play hard, you don't do anything halfway. So why should your 50th birthday be any different? Ready, set, celebrate. Oh, from one of your faithful viewers, Karen, yay!
She is a faithful viewer.
Yes,
isn't
she definitely is.
We've got a lot of really faithful viewers.
What's funny is
Just
it's funny because so many of our viewers have been around for a long time.
Long time, I know.
So it's
I get a lot of people talking about not just beans, you know.
I just remember some of the birthday wishes from last couple of years. So, oh, wait. Oh, another one from so the one from Margaret before was our together thing, right?
for Christmas? Oh.
Dear Mike, enjoy your special day, the big 50, with best wishes for many, many more. Love, Margaret. Oh,
That must be what we were looking for.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
I've decided I'm not old. I'm 25 plus shipping and handling.
Welcome to that. It's in there.
Ooh, it says for donuts or whatever.
Oh,
Oh, thank you, Margaret.
Oh,
Ooh, I'm gonna have to think of
I
whatever.
really love you now, son-in-law.
Oh, nice.
That's
Oh,
nice.
actually, I really like this. I actually kind of have a thing for bookmarks. I shouldn't say that.
Mike loves bookmarks.
And
Yeah.
and I think this will make a great one. So-
Okay, so guys, Ellie's Goat Milk Soap and Cream, goatmilkgifts.com. I put the link in there for you.
She gave this to me, and I wasn't even going to smell it.
Wow.
But oh my goodness,
Smells good, doesn't it?
it really. I don't even know what you call it. It just
It's oatmeal.
smells. It just smells so good. It's not what you expect.
Oh.
Oh dear. Marilyn says your filters drop away at 50. I'm 65 and have none left. What's going to happen with me?
Oh no.
I'm going to end up on the news every day.
I'll be tipping really big everywhere we go. Oh, dear Mike, congratulations on your 50th birthday. I wish you and your family a wonderful holiday season. May the coming year be a good one for you. Waiting patiently for the Dining on a Dime 2 cookbook. I'll buy it the first day it becomes available. I have not just beans plus 3 versions of dining. Wow.
Wow.
Goodness.
Yeah, the dinings are on their way. They should be here probably the second week of January.
This is from Michelle, and thank you, Michelle, for the cash too. Yes. I very much appreciate that. I hope you can buy yourself something nice for your birthday with my gift. Wow, actually, I was telling Tara I might be saving for something else in the future.
Try it and see what you think.
I think God gave you, Tara and Jill, unique gifts. You, Tara and Jill, unique gifts that have enabled you to keep living on a dime going and help so many people keep up the good
You
work.
like it?
Thank you very much.
Sweet.
And
He
you,
doesn't know.
and
It's a special bread.
this has a matching.
Kind of bread.
This has a matching envelope as well, but
What's
except I
special
should- this looks like a place that might be fun to be right now.
Yeah, for sure.
good.
Actually, it's cool because this must be in Florida, but it's got the waterfront and then it's got the house with the front porch, like Tara's dream front porch. Actually, Tara would like
Yeah.
anything with a really
Aw.
nice outside front porch.
Happy birthday,
Thank you.
Linda's mom.
Yes, happy
She
birthday!
turns 90.
Wow.
Wow, tell her happy birthday.
Yeah.
Our insurance company called me today, and you know what? In the past, I've just
They
gotten.
canceled you?
No, yeah, I thought, uh-oh, this is a life insurance thing, right? In the past, I've gotten like cards from companies, but it's just a card. It's not signed,
Yeah,
or it doesn't
yeah.
look like anybody's seen it. They actually called me and talked to me for like 10 minutes, telling
Because it
me
was for
all
your
these
birthday?
amazing birthday wishes and things. So it was like,
Oh, my
wow, that's
word.
pretty
Your life
impressive.
insurance is paid up, right?
They're trying to get me to forget. Just kidding. Wow, this is really pretty. I haven't opened it yet. Oh, it's from Kathy.
Oh, Kathy.
Oh.
She loves us.
You're at your best, you're at your prime. This is your year, this is your time. Go past the try to discover the true, and the years ahead, they're all for you. Happy 50th birthday, and may God continue to bless you. Thank you, Kathy.
Nom, 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 nom.
So you like my bread?
He has and he will.
Have a piece of
Ooh, wow.
Just a second. Carol.
This is really
Carol wants
cool.
to know what our current sale is. So our planners are on sale for up to 25% for the sets and 10% on the planners. I do have about 25 mistake planners that are not bound. We had a printing issue that was kind of my fault. And so if you want a mistake planner, I only have like 30. I'm selling them at my cost. Basically, it's my cost. So, but if you guys want them, there's about 25 left. And then we have the big planners also.
So this is cool. This is
Ooh, look at that.
it's a homemade
yeah.
card.
Oh.
Let's see.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Oh, that's pretty.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah, from Karen. Oh, thank you, Karen.
We have a lot of viewers
Wow.
that make cards, and you guys,
It's really,
it's
really nice.
mind-boggling.
And it
How
says the
pretty.
Lord your God is with you wherever you go. That's Jonathan 1:9 or Jonathan.
Karen
Joshua
says,
1:9.
Jonathan.
Joshua. And then and there's a cool little card here that I use these as bookmarks,
Bookmarks,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't.
So that's
or
awesome.
even like magnets on the refrigerator to read every day, too.
Karen wants to know, are you ready for your colonoscopy? Colonoscopy.
See, I have a friend in the audience who just turned 50 not very long ago too, and we were just having this discussion.
What? And you talk about the things your mother-in-law
Well,
discussed.
at least this. It's a guy thing, but it's like,
It's a guy thing.
but it's a little different when your mother-in-law volunteers all over. In case you didn't need to know. And yeah.
Goodness.
Wow, I like this. This is very, very festive. Let's see. I'm going to see who it's from now. Here's to 50. That's 5 decades of laughing, learning, loving, and living. 5 decades of becoming the wonderful person everyone is proud to celebrate today. Oh, thank you. Celebrating with you from Rhode Island, Christine. Thank you, Christine. Wow, I really like that.
Yeah, look at. Can
It's
they see
all-
how it shimmers?
It shimmers and looks like, it's a complete party in an envelope.
Kathy wants to know, what is your favorite Bible verse?
Revelation 21:4, which is, there will be no more tears or crying or pain. All these things are gone forever. But actually, it's part of a bigger verse where it's. I know what it says, but it's hard. I don't remember the exact
He
words.
says that, and all these things are gone forever, and he looks at his mother-in-law.
It actually is, right? It's kind of talking about the very end of everything when Jesus comes back, and it's talking about how God will be with his people, and the people will be with him, and there will be no more suffering or tears or crying or pain. All these things are gone forever. Behold, I'm making everything new. So, yeah, that's my favorite. And the reason
now, you
why...
keep telling me it's love the wife of your youth. There's something not going on right here. I need...
but the thing I like...
I threw you off, didn't I?
Yes. What I like about that verse is it's kind
Which
of...
one, the love the wife of your youth?
Well, I don't want to say what I like about that verse. The one in Revelation, it's nice to look forward to knowing what the end is already. I think that's really cool. The Joshua 1:9, the be strong and courageous. The Lord your God will go with you wherever you go. I love that one too. And that's the first verse that Tara, when she gave me, I had a Bible that I didn't really understand or know what to do with when I first became a believer. And Tara, when we met, she gave me a Bible and she wrote Joshua 1:9 in front. Be strong and courageous. The Lord your God will go with you wherever you go. And I still have that Bible. So, yes. And it's been a well-read one. Let's see. Dear Mike, wishing you all the smiles and happy moments you deserve. Happy 50th birthday. Hope you have a good day, Denise. Aw, thank you, Denise. Oh, wow. That's another one.
Matches your hat.
I love all these cards. Wow. And again, I really love your return address.
So
I just don't
my
want to show
daily
it to everybody.
side says we should go until midnight.
Wow. People aren't going to get bored watching me open all this stuff.
What's your favorite
Wow.
study Bible?
Study Bible, I have a Charles Stanley New American Standard.
Chuck
which I really
Swindoll
like.
one is good, and David
Chuck
Jeremiah.
David
Swindoll.
Jeremiah, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Those three are good.
Yeah, I usually study with New American Standard, but I like to read the New Living Translation. What's funny is I'm not quite there yet, but I've been learning French, and Ellie and Dave are kind of learning French on different paths than me, and I'm not quite at the point of wanting to do it yet. But I was thinking maybe next year I might get a French version. I was kind of reading it on Bible Gateway, but I was realizing I'm not strong enough yet. It's a little too difficult, so I had to settle for the La Reine de Neige, the Frozen kids storybook, so that I can
Good storybook.
so I can read it and then I'll make my way up to the Louis Segond.
So I just put a link, guys, to our Christian resources. We have a whole list of our favorite preachers and Bibles and that kind of stuff.
Nancy. Oh.
David Jeremiah has a good kids' study Bible, a really good one too.
Oh,
Whoa.
Amy T's off work tomorrow, so she could spend all day with us.
Oh,
that's
Amy, that'll be
cute.
awesome.
Neat.
Okay, so
We should
we're
just
going
have you
all
pop right
night.
over.
So let's just go all night.
That would be awesome.
And it's-
Oh, wait, it's already tomorrow. What are we saying?
And it's so nice to think
Amy,
you even
is-
have goals. It says goals all
Oh
day.
yeah, okay,
If
sorry.
you're not so old, you can't have goals.
So this is from Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. Yes, not so old you can't have goals. Not only that, there are a lot of pages.
There's
So
a lot of pages.
plenty of
You
opportunity.
might actually live to fulfill
Yay.
them all. I'm like, oh,
So, yep, celebrating 50 years of you. Hope you have a wonderful birthday and many, many more of them. Thank you, Nancy.
That's-
I will.
good. That's a cute idea to give for a little.
So when we were talking about Amy and we said, oh, it's already tomorrow, Amy, for those of you who don't know Amy T, she's in Australia. in
Yeah,
Western
that's
Australia.
right.
So, so I always think it's funny with our Australian friends that they're in tomorrow already. So,
I think that's so cool.
so if we don't want to know the future, it's kind of handy.
All right, Crystal is cooking. She just added salt. You go, girl. Add a little bit more for me.
Oh, here's another one. Let's see, from Bonnie. On your birthday, hope you have the kind of day where wishes come true, and may the happiness it brings last the whole year through. Extra blessings on your next trip around the sun. Thank you, Bonnie.
That almost looks Irish-like.
Darlene, the planners I'm getting Friday, and Monday I will be shipping them. I said the 15th. I didn't realize the 15th was Sunday. So Monday we are shipping them. Mom and Grandma have been helping me fold aprons already. So, yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. My daily side. Oh, thank you. I got your card. Oh, thank you so much. Wow, this is an awesome card. I don't know if I should read it all because it's, but
See,
I'm
my daily
very-
side, they're the ones that want you to go till midnight.
Wow, I really, it's fun having you on the show too. Wow, she says, I want to say thank you for being a great YouTube content creator, showing everyone how to save and still be able to eat well while living on a dime. Really appreciate your live stream, as well as putting on Facebook for all of us to see daily. Grateful for Dining on a Dime cookbook. So I'm reading it all after all. Yeah. For me as well as my mom. We use this cookbook daily and oh, it was so awesome. I was going to try to summarize it, but it's just...
It's just too awesome.
Too awesome, huh?
We use this do I use that word a lot? We use this cookbook daily and saving my mom so much money eating out every other day. As a young teen, I don't have much to give, but wanted to put this $10 for Mike to buy whatever he wants.
Oh my goodness, how sweet
That
is
is so
that?
awesome.
I'm glad you read though. I know, that's almost a tearjerker.
That's great.
Wow.
That is like sacrificial type caring thing. Oh,
Why,
wow.
thank you
That's
very
really
much.
nice. Yes.
It's been a blessing to have you on the show.
So, Amy,
And it's funny though.
Like,
It's funny though
cute.
because the card you sent, ever notice the older we get, the more we like computers. This is kind of the kind of computer I'm like these days.
That's what I was laughing at. It's cute.
so Amy T in Australia says it's already your birthday and she's happy to report the future looks good.
Yay. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, the computer thing, sometimes when I'm in the middle of doing some kind of work, then 2 or 3 of the kids will all come in together and they'll all start asking me questions without pausing, and I'll pause and I'll think, whoa, I don't have enough RAM for all this. That's memory for computers for those of you in my generation. Dear Mike, wishing you all the best. Enjoy your day. Happy 50th birthday, Kenzie. Thank you, Kenzie.
Oh, that's cute
wow, that's
too.
really pretty.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Whoa.
Really pretty.
That's very shiny. Hey you, what's the big occasion? Why the big to-do? Why the big deal anyway? Whoa! Oh, hang on, I'll show you the inside
You
just a
just
second.
offended me
I offended you?
Get over it.
when you said
Ram.
when you said that statement about memory.
About memory.
Why did I offend you? You laugh at me when I say that. Because you know it's hard to upgrade computers past a certain point. Happy
That's
50th
cute.
birthday, Mike. Best wishes, Anne and Francis. Ah, thank you. Why? Because it's you. So that is awesome.
Oh, goodness.
Wow. You're 50, but it's not the number of years, not the number of candles, not the number of presents. It's the number of people who care about you, and that's a lot of numbers.
Oh, that's
Thank you.
cute.
Happiest of birthday to you, Mike. Thanks for all that you do and inspire us to do. God bless you and your lovely family. Amy. Oh, hi. Yes, Amy. I want to say which Amy, but I'm not sure. I probably should say
Amy
it.
S, can you say?
It's Amy W.
W?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have my bifocals
Yep.
on. I didn't have my
I would-
double bifocals like you.
I would
Michael.
loan you mine. But actually, confession time. When Mike sits down at the show,
Oh, you
Mike
should
is
see
wearing 100% close-up
Oh,
glasses.
Yeah, you should see him.
Like these are my actual distance glasses. But I realized I have to wear the close-up or I can't see anything. So that's the only thing I've noticed about being a little bit older. Well, that and that Tara doesn't want me on the roof anymore.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Hey, I don't care if he dies. It's just the dismember, disable thing.
You don't have to take care of him, huh?
But I gotta take him to the shower.
Oh, wait, the disabled or the dismembered part?
Both.
Well, because one of those comes with extra insurance.
Well, just make sure you hit that one then.
Another birthday. Oh, this is cute.
No, we're cute.
Weren't you old enough last year? Wishing you the best for the next 50 years. God's blessings for you and your family. Cheers, Maria. Thank
That's
you.
cute.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah, that's a cute little
Karen,
horse.
we send out the Chuck Swindoll Study Bible. If you guys want a Bible, that's the one that we send out.
Wow, well done. Bravo. For a minute, I thought it was a non-opening card. Aha. Helen. Hi, Mike. I heard about your birthday late. Oh, thank you. Sorry. I heard about your birthday late. No time to get a clever birthday card. If I want to send this out today, just want you to know how much I appreciate the man you are and the work you do to bring wise and common sense knowledge to your followers for living a successful life. Thank you. You're a terrific example of father and husband and make an unbeatable team with Tara. Aw, thank you. I'm just tickled for your family's financial and business success after all the obstacles and hurdles you've overcome. Many blessings and much happiness to all of you, Helen. And happy 50th, she says, too. Oh, thank you so much, Helen. Actually, you know what's funny is I appreciate the writing more than
He likes accolades.
shopping. Well, no, I like everything, but I like the personal things more than shopping around
Because
for a
it
long
means
time.
that they appreciate
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah.
And we do.
Oh, wow, this is really pretty.
Look at
What
the
kind of flowers are
envelope,
those?
too. Tara.
Oh, that's
What
pretty.
kind of flowers are those?
Oh, I can't see. It's glaring.
They're pink.
Looks like peonies, maybe. I don't know.
I just had a flashback to Bob.
Oh yeah, peonies.
Oh,
Bob.
thank
Ooh, that's
you. Oh, have a wonderful birthday. Smile always. Love Christy and family. As a birthday gift, you'll be remembered in daily mass of prayers offered at Sacred Heart Southern Missions for 1 full year. Wow. Thank you.
That's nice.
Wow.
Everybody's telling you happy birthday.
Happy 50th birthday. Whoa. This is really, really cool. I love all the colored. Yeah, color is my thing. Alrighty. Whoa.
I know.
Sorry, I had to laugh at this one.
I know.
Okay, so this is why I have to laugh. Can you see it, Dave? On camera.
Oh.
I just wasn't sure if I was holding it in the right spot, but I think I
Yeah,
must be.
you are.
I particularly like the one with the cowboy hat. Oh, wait, birthday hats too. Dear Mike, warm wishes on your birthday.
More wishes.
We love you, brother. Have a wonderful birthday and a fabulous 50-year. Enjoy, Dan and Donna. Aw, did you know this was from Dan and
That's
Donna?
Dan and Donna.
I didn't actually look at the envelope, and then I realized
That's cute.
that is
That's
hilarious.
cute. That's
I look forward to the
That's
next time we
perfect.
can get together with you
Yeah,
guys
we
too.
need to come up there. ADT says when you go to die, I want you to be an overachiever, no half efforts. So make sure you get the full amount of life insurance. Take off whatever you need to take off as you're going.
Ouch!
oh, great.
Okay then.
I'm
No
only
mercy.
kidding. I'm only kidding. Goodness.
Oh,
Someone's gonna
That's a
take
really
that.
Somebody's
when
gonna
you get
take me
that.
seriously.
that's perfect.
Hi, Tara and Oh, P.S. Hi, Tara and family. Wishing you a day that's as special as you are. Happy 50th birthday, Mike. From a longtime viewer and blog reader. Enjoy your shows very much. Have a blessed day, Melody in Pennsylvania. Thank you, Melody.
That is nice.
Wow.
I love Pennsylvania.
This looks like that. This looks like the bridge over in Upper Beaver Meadows. Well, sort of, except it's wooden.
It's wooden.
And it's straight and not
straight. Not...
and there's like
anything like it.
Well, the scene looks the same.
The same.
Yeah, there's a house up there.
See what happens when you get old? All the young people mock you. Wait, What's your excuse?
Yeah. Oh.
Whoa, cool. Happy birthday. It's a joy to be on the Living on a Dime team. May your birthday be a great milestone and Ebenezer reminding you of God's faithfulness to this point. May life's simple pleasures be yours to enjoy like Hershey's syrup. Have a great day and God bless Janelle. Thank you so much, Janelle.
That's true.
Wow, that looks like an awesome place to spend the afternoon.
Okay, Amy T wants me to correct that she wasn't that harsh about her comment. I added to it.
Wait, which
Yeah,
part?
I added my own flair about the being dismembered when you go.
I didn't think you would have that kind of wish for me. Thank you. Yeah.
Perfect.
When you turn 50, everything becomes a little clearer. We're hoping for that.
What?
As Tara's always
Oh
hassling
my
me
goodness.
about. Drives Tara crazy that I'd rather look over my glasses than try.
Don't get me started
yet
on the
another
glasses.
pair of
Oh my goodness, I'll be here all night.
It's the reading glasses. Mike, congratulations on your milestone birthday. Enjoy the 50s. They go by fast, my friend. And congrats on paying off your house. Blessing to you and your family. We've been following you for a long time, Bill and Roberta.
Wow.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Wow, Montana.
I know. I just
We might have to come see you.
I know.
We almost bought a house in Montana.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
well,
love
I don't know how
Montana.
almost, but yeah.
Ooh, happy 50th birthday. Oh, I like those candles. Mike, as you blow out the... Oh, see, Joanne. This is from Joanne. Joanne added a lot of 50s in here.
I was gonna say I love the 50s.
But I like
she put
50s. That's cool.
I love all the 50s she put in there. That's good.
As you blow out the 50 candles on your cake, think of all the good times, accomplishments, and happy memories each of those 50 candles represents. And have a happy 50th.
Look at her chocolate.
Oh, that's...
chocolate sticker.
Yeah,
That's
she put a
perfect.
chocolate kiss in there, too.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
That's
nice.
good.
Well, thank you, Joanne, a chocolate sister. Yes.
That's good.
We have a big chocolate crew.
Oh, we do. You gotta love our chocolate bee on here almost, don't you?
Wow, speaking of that, I haven't had a bite of cake lately. Best birthday ever. Yikes, sorry, it must have been the
Make it.
frosting.
I know. I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a frosting thing. Mike, wishing you a beautiful year, starting with your happiest birthday you've ever had. Happy 50th birthday. Love your whole family. What a blessing your videos are. Common sense. May God bless Julia. Thank you, Julia.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you very much.
I like this card too. That's
You're-
really cute.
Ooh, wow. I love the colors. Has Mike ever mentioned how much Mike likes colors? So much to celebrate, so much to thank God for. Happy 50th birthday. Hope you have a blessed birthday. God bless. Oops, how do you say your name? Oh, Tracy. Oh,
Tracy, yeah.
sorry, must be the glasses. Yes, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. Oh, wow, that's really pretty.
Yes, let's blame the
Ooh.
glasses.
Let's blame the glasses. Let's blame the glasses, Dave says. You're not saying it's the brain. Mike, hooray, it's your day. Enjoy this new chapter of your life. Happy birthday, Jill. Oh, in Maryland. Wow, Jill, that's really cool. Oh, wow, created for you by Jill.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I was looking at. I think it's homemade
Yeah,
card.
she made it.
Yeah,
Wow.
she made it.
I was thinking because it's a really nice,
Mm-hmm.
it's a really thick card, but it has a lot of vertical layers on
Different.
it.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
I think she maybe made the envelope too.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I really love these.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see the envelope.
I don't know. She may have. It feels different, so I'm wondering if she didn't make the envelope too.
Wow. Oh no. This looks like this is your card, man. What's this? It's your birthday party. Love spending 2 nights a week with you and your family. I've learned so much from you. Keep up the good work, Rita. Thank you,
That's
Rita.
cute. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love
And
it.
for those of you who
Hobby.
wonder, yes, for those of you who wonder why I said it's your card, and we have this running joke because Jill always wanted a new toilet whenever she bought a house. So I was the guy who was always changing out toilets.
Changing the toilets for me.
It's like, oh, my mother-in-law's moving again. I need to Get out the gloves.
See, but now you know how to put a toilet in, don't you?
Yes.
I taught you well, huh?
Yep.
Thanks to me.
Well, thank you, everyone. That was really awesome.
Oh, you guys did
Okay, so Amy T wants to know what
believe
Mom thinks of Australian chocolate. So we're going to give her a piece right now to try live from Colorado, United States. The Australian chocolate down under. What do you think?
Careful, it's hard. You're not supposed to bite it. You're supposed to just let it sit in your mouth.
You let it melt slowly and oozily through your
Can you see it on camera?
Don't bite it. You're biting
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Well, I have to bite it. It's too good. Oh, yum.
You just let it
Okay,
sit.
give me the package.
Nah. Really
Oh,
not.
Amy. I'm sorry.
It's good,
I'm not
isn't
supposed
it?
to talk with my mouth full, but
It's amazing.
Okay, so we'll let
I
Mike
didn't know you had that hiding in there.
answer this. Well, Mom can too.
Amy, that's good.
So
Really good.
we had one question of what do you do when you have non-Christian friends and families at Christmas? How do you deal with that? Dave.
This
Let's
is
see.
new.
I treat
How
them
do
the
you
same.
deal with family members who are non-believers? We don't really
We
treat
love them
different.
like
Yeah.
Christ would
Yeah.
have us do. Yeah, I mean, what do we
If
do?
they come to our home, we just act like normal.
Yep.
Yeah. We don't.
Always act normal.
Although, it's funny because when we have family that aren't believers, we will share with them. But if they're kind of like, nah, none of that, then we won't be always kind of.
We won't force it.
Yeah, we don't want to force it. I mean,
They're
the thing
gonna-
is, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to know Christ, and if somebody doesn't want to at this point, we tell them the truth, but it's up to them.
They're watching you, and they get more from watching you, and seeing how you interact with each other. I mean, what if Michael and I got on here and I just could hardly speak to him? You guys watch us, and what do you think? And
They think I'm a judgmental twit.
but really,
But we still love them.
don't treat them any different. Just treat them in love, and just let them watch you and see, because what happens is people then learn to long for what you have, and they desire. If we had a Christian, remember that Christian family in Idaho? We didn't know them very well.
I never met him. You did.
Oh, I did?
It was after
Which
we
one?
left.
Yeah, they had kind of a large family. There was a family in Idaho. And I never really knew them too well, but I saw them a couple times in town. You knew them too, didn't you,
I
Mike?
knew them.
We didn't know a
They
whole
were
lot
very
about
nice.
them. It was just, there was something about them that I was drawn to. Even though I was a Christian, I always thought, I've never seen a family like this. The peace, the sweet, they were sweet and kind and, considerate. And I was drawn to them. Even though I'm a Christian, I was still drawn to them.
Yep.
And that's what your unsafe family are. And if they ask you a question, answer it in kindness. Otherwise, don't cram anything down their throat. Just
Well,
let them see you.
And if there's something about their lives that you don't think is right, I'm not sure I would really continue to go down that road with them particularly. It's more important that they know the joy you have and the change that you've experienced and the great blessing that you've had than to point out things that if people aren't believers, then they're not going to understand why all those other things maybe aren't the best thing for them at this point in their lives. And so I would pray if you're not sure. But
God will, that's another thing. That's good, Michael, because I always pray that God will give me the exact words and the exact actions and reaction in situations like that. Are we so surprised that God answers our prayer? Really. You'd be surprised. He always does. He gives you exactly, and you may not feel like it's the right thing, but if you prayed and said, Dear God, I want you to have me say the right words, do the right actions, then just leave it at that. And even if it doesn't feel right to you or like it was the right thing, God will use it. No matter what.
And it's funny because it's hard to tell kind of what direction you were going with the question because it was just text on there. But what we've noticed is with Christian families, sometimes there's an overzealous attempt to kind of change everybody. And the problem is that's not good. I was a non-believer until I was 23, and it was really hard. I appreciated when people would say, my aunt would say, I'm just praying for you every day, and I would think, wow. But then other people would come to me and say, if you were going to die today, do you know? And I was thinking, why are you asking me this? And so we would just love them in the instance that things are the way we would any other family. But in terms of whether to share with them or not, I would say definitely wouldn't. I definitely would do it, but not be overwhelming.
Yeah.
I have something.
Because we've had some, Tara especially, has had some family that was super aggressive at every public gathering, and it was just uncomfortable even for the believers because they were just so.
Not my family.
No. But they had good intentions, but the thing is, even though you know the blessing that you have, for other people it can be kind of intimidating, and God is sovereign. So if you share and you go where he leads you,
I have something. This is
I'm not
really...
sure what all those gestures were.
So T. Greer
Oh,
says
yes.
people already know their sin. They don't know that God loves them regardless.
Exactly.
That's the main thing, because I've noticed,
That's the whole point.
like, I've noticed on Christian talk shows, people say, well, I'm going to get together, we're getting together with family, but so-and-so's doing something that's a sin, and I just don't know how to handle that situation. And I was thinking, even when you're a believer, you still sin. And so I wouldn't necessarily focus on that as much as loving them, and
But
they do need to know their sin. They already know it, but when I say loving them, don't avoid the truth. I would certainly
if their sin is harming other people, though,
well, that's true.
you need to make sure it's okay for you to not stay in that situation and be harmed or have your kids harmed.
And if it's something that it would harm you spiritually and draw you away from the Lord or something, then you shouldn't be in that.
Yeah.
You need to be drawing them to the Lord, not them away from the Lord. So you step away from situations if that.
Sometimes you have to leave relationships because it's more harmful to stay in that relationship than to leave it if that person is abusing.
Well, that's another thing, is that even though we want to share good news, sometimes if people aren't treating you well, because some people have family situations where the family somebody in the family mistreats them, somebody important to them in the family, like mom or dad or something like that, and they feel like, because I'm a Christian, I need to stay and be an influence on them and everything. And I was thinking, God is sovereign; He can bring other people for that job.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's not calling you, I mean, if you have a clear message from him that he's sending you there, okay, but you still can't force that.
And you don't realize how much power you have by stepping away and out of the situation and praying for them.
Yep.
We think we have no power unless we're right there in their life. No, you've got way more power if you step away and pray for them, really.
I'll pray in the middle of a conversation. I will pray for the conversation in the middle of the conversation when I realize, whoa, this is important at this spot. I realize they're asking me something that is really important.
You take a breath, pray real quick. Please give me the words, right, Michael? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. So.
But I guess this year we'll have some family, but some of the Christmases lately we haven't had that many of the family members all together.
Yeah.
So.
But if you think about it, how did Christ react to like the Pharisees or other unsaved people and different things? He didn't walk around trying to cram himself down their throat. You know what I mean? He just walked around doing good and
telling them the truth.
Yeah, and he just and he let them come to him. He didn't go marching, and trying to drag them into dinner with him or whatever, and sitting them down saying, I want to tell you about me. He let them come to him because there was so much love about him. That's the biggest thing. Until people realize how much God loves you, And even Christians do not totally understand that. It changes your whole world, and they could see that love, and are you not attracted when somebody loves you? I mean, seriously, don't you want your parents to love you, your spouse to love you, your
I wish
children
my mom
to love
loved
you?
me.
I know, you poor thing. But you know, you're attracted to love. People, that's built in us. And so that's the main thing, is for them to see God's love shining through you, and you don't have to cram God down their throat. You just need to be loved, really is what it boils down to. So, did we have
But
another
truth
question?
is important too. Just
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of people say, "Oh, thanks so much. I wanted to hear that." Yeah, the only people Jesus was harsh with was the religious people.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only ones.
yeah.
But now there
Should
are
be a sobering thought.
situations when if it's seriously emotional or physical abusive type things, you may have to draw away from the family, and you may it's a hard decision to make, but you may just have to say, we can't do this with you.
The thing is, I think a lot of people are stuck in the situation where they're being mistreated in a serious, like manipulated by one or more people in the family. Or sometimes the whole family system is just geared that way because nobody knows any different way. And in those circumstances, you might have to withdraw from that. The thing is, it's better to withdraw from that than to engage everybody in fighting all the time.
Yeah.
And if you're worried, because some people feel this responsibility, like, I have to tell them about Jesus. And I was thinking, yeah, but God is sovereign. You can be dead, and He can still tell people, and He will. Mm-hmm. So
and that goes
you should do what He's calling you to do.
And you may not actually be the person that God's going to be using
to let
them know. You could pray for them like crazy, but He may have somebody else that He knows would work better. Sometimes that's the way it happens.
Yeah.
You want to so bad because they're your family and you love them. But I've seen a lot of people who've been saved because of the influence of other outside people, and stuff.
Sorry. I was just going to quickly say, a lot of people think, oh, I'll do this and this and this, and then I'll pray. Prayer should be first. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, so there's a couple of comments, but one of them kind of alluded to forgiveness and all this. Forgiving and staying in an abusive or harmful situation is not the same thing. Mm-hmm. Just because you've forgiven someone does not mean you have to stay in a harmful or abusive situation. Forgiveness is totally separate from that. God does not call us to be doormats. He calls us to forgive. Forgiving does not mean you're a doormat. Forgiving means you let it go so that you're not imprisoned with this person chained to you for the rest of your life.
Because when you hold something, when you hold them, in your mind you think, I'm never letting this go unless they apologize to me.
It was their fault.
Yeah.
So
it's their fault. They need to apologize. Maybe it is their fault.
And maybe they do
need to apologize. But if they don't, you are shackling yourself to that unhappiness for the rest of your life.
And
because they're never going to say they're sorry.
You're not hurting them, you're hurting yourself.
Yeah, you're hurting you.
And God created forgiveness for you.
So the thing on forgiveness is there's forgiving where you're letting go of that. But if a person is continuing to be in a pattern of like abuse toward you or something, then you still don't. You can forgive that, but not stay with them or stay in the circumstance where they have that ability for you. You can pray for them remotely, but God is right there where they are at any time. So you don't have to be near them to pray for them. But if they're causing harm to you, then it's better to not be in that situation. Yeah. But at the same time, if you're not in that situation and you're thinking, I can't believe what they did to me, I just wish someday they're going to get theirs, or I wish they would apologize, then that's not the right attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and sometimes you need to be in that place before you get to the right attitude. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, and let's see, how do I say this? Oh boy.
She's got her hand on her hip.
She's got her hand on her hip.
No. I'm just thinking. So here's the thing. So here's the thing. Let's see, how do I say this? So there was this person that was really trying to do us some very bad financial, spiritual, and family harm.
Which one?
To the point of
Sorry.
to the point where they were literally trying to rip our family apart, literally.
Oh, that one. Sorry.
But Mike was like, well, do we keep a relationship with this person because it's a fairly significant person in my life? Do I keep a relationship with this person? How is that honoring this person? I'm supposed to be honoring this person. And it was Gary Smalley had a conference here that we went to.
It's
So
like a marriage
Mike-
conference.
Yeah, so Mike went up and asked, it was a marriage conference because we really needed it at that point.
Let's not even get started.
We
on
might
that.
need to go back.
After night's show, huh?
No, but Mike
I can
asked
tell
him.
you how blessed you are.
Mike was like, what am I supposed to do? And he said, you know, actually you're honoring that person more by leaving that relationship because that person is not going to continue to sin against you. And he is going to be that person is going to be judged for what they are doing to you.
So you're sparing them some.
So
of that.
you're sparing them some judgment because they're going to be judged for what they've done to you. And by leaving that relationship, they're not continuing to sin.
You're helping to keep them in sin.
And
by staying in
by
the relation.
staying in that relationship, you're helping them to continue to sin. And so you sometimes that's what it takes. So
But in those
anyway.
kinds of situations, I like to get to the place where I think there aren't very many of those situations for us, but particularly with this person, I've gotten to the point where this person has his life and I have my life, and I don't think evil things, and I pray sometimes. It took a while to pray nice things. Well, what I mean by that is, started out by saying, you tell us to love our enemies and pray for those who persecute us. And I don't want to, but you're telling me I have to, so I'm doing it. But it was kind of that attitude like, I don't really want to, but you say I have to, so I guess if I'm a believer, I'm going to have to do that. But eventually, and there were other people he brought this to me about too, but it was eventually I had to realize, well, I have to actually really mean it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that takes a while if the person is really close to you and if what they do is really, really...
One thing that
painful.
helps too is sometimes you're supposed to pray for that person blessings, which is kind of hard. But I once heard sometimes what happens is God, one of those blessings is he shows that person what he's done to you. And that would be the blessing that God's giving the woman or man, whoever, that, is that making sense?
Yeah.
That God showed, when you pray blessings on that person, then God will open their eyes up and see what they've done, what they've sinned, which is a blessing to them, but then it blesses you, see, in return.
Yep. Well, and also it's kind of cool when you get to a point where you think, wow, I don't think about that, the negative part of that very often anymore, but that person lives his life and I live my life, and hopefully God's doing some work in his life and I don't need to be involved in that.
But you've truly
Unless
forgiven.
he calls me to it.
You know you've truly forgiven someone when you start thinking about them and there's no anger, there's no frustration, and praying that God will bless them, you actually want it. That's when you reach the point of actually having forgiven, which is really, I say that like it's easy to do, and that's one of the hardest things I think for people to do. You have to take a long time before you can get to that place. But when you have finally, that person's name comes into your mind, and you don't react emotionally, with negative emotions, but actually compassion or feeling sorry for them or sad for them because they are the way they are, and they're the ones that's living in the sin, and you have to feel sad for them. When you get to that point, you've truly learned, forgiveness. So
Yes, I'm giving the look to Dave.
As you're giving the look to Dave, you need to forgive your brother Dave.
Bonnie wants to know who could ever be mean to Mike.
Wow, it's closer than you think.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And it's not me.
No. It's none of these. None of these. Well, it's interesting because a particular family member one time asked me how I was dealing with the circumstance with a family member who had mistreated the both of us. This was like 25 years ago. And well, first of all, I said, hey, I met Jesus, you know, and she wasn't really interested in that. And I was like, okay. But I said, you know, you have to forgive them. And she was saying, I'll never forgive them unless they say I'm sorry. And I said, you know, that's never going to happen. So you can forgive them and go on with your life and be happy. Or you can constantly think about that your whole life. Now, 25 years later, the same family member is...
They are a mess.
Her life is kind of disintegrated because she will not forgive, even now.
Yeah.
But can't see it. And I don't know.
That's why I say God wants us to forgive for our sake. That's why he invented forgiveness, or whatever you want to call it. It's for us. When he tells us to do anything, I don't care what it is in the Bible, anything he tells us to do, it's always for our good. Always for our good. No matter what it is. And it may seem hard and unfair or awful, but if we will do it, we end up doing better.
Yep.
So.
And actually, I forgot who it was that said, with regard to seeing family, did she say you don't need to tell them about their sin because they already know what their sins are? Because I know when I wasn't a believer, I acknowledged that there was a God, and I kind of acknowledged who God was. But I was struggling with some things that were overwhelming me, and I just didn't want to let go. But I knew.
Let it go.
And I knew, and a lot of people impacted me, some in positive ways and some in negative ways. But I can look back and think, wow, I can think of hundreds of people that had a word with me, and that word was one of the seeds that led to me being here. And most of them don't know. But one person particularly was kind of really focusing on you're not going to fix all those things about yourself and then come. Like he's calling you, and you can come the way you are, and he'll love you. And I really had a hard time with that because I was thinking, well, what? No, I can just be good enough, and then he'll be okay and kind of wink at me. But she said, no, you aren't good enough from what you do. You are good enough if you have faith in him and what he's done, how he's paid the price for you, and accept him and the payment that he made for you. And that was really hard. I was really angry. But it's funny because I think in spite of all that, I didn't say, that's it, I'm not your friend anymore. And I thought that was cool. But the main reason I mentioned that is because, as I forgot who it was that said it, but I knew what my problem was there. And it's interesting because I think I have some friends that I think it's pretty clear that they're not Christians. They don't really want to be particularly, but they brought up a conversation with me last week. and I think when I started talking, it was kind of interesting how I could see everybody listening. But one particular guy asked, and just way out in the stratosphere question, and it was one of those questions like, I'm going to ask you, why do people have to suffer? Why, if there's a God, why are people in the hospitals? And I could tell that he was trying to shut down the conversation. So he didn't even let me say anything. And I was thinking, you asked me, I'm not telling you uninvited. But I could tell I could tell he's feeling in that moment the kind of conviction about that. It's nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
That's God working with him. But and then I had to remember because he's a good friend, but he was kind of brusque and dismissive with me and like kind of left in that moment. But I was thinking, you just asked me and I started to say something and didn't really even say it, and I could see that something's going on in your heart and it's not really about me. So
what do you do on the holidays when they want to get together but you don't want to go to their house and they don't really want to go to your house. Just say no.
Yeah.
You don't have to go.
Well, we did that for years, for a few years, when the kids were little.
We did that for years. Wow. Okay.
Thanks, Mom.
When you
Coming to
guys
our
were-
house for the last
No.
25 years. Now we know the truth.
When the kids were little, the first few years after we were married,
You and
Our-
my father.
yeah. Yeah. After
Not after Mike and Mom and I were
Mike
married.
and I were married. But
This one's mine.
but we, like a lot of newlyweds, his parents wanted us to go there, my parents wanted to go there, and it was difficult. It was a struggle, and none of them wanted to give. We always have our...
They never wanted to come to our house.
No, they wouldn't come to ours, and they always said, you have to come to Christmas Eve on ours, and the other one said, you have to come to Christmas Eve on ours. And I mean, it was a struggle, and we had 2 tiny little babies and toddlers and everything, and had to drive quite a ways, mostly through the
6
snow.
hours.
Well, sometimes we went to Grandpa's, yeah.
I know, 6 hours.
In Denver, yeah.
If
Not
we
just
went
Springfield.
From one to person, yeah.
And then,
Now you're naming names.
well, and part of the family was in southeastern Colorado, part up in Denver, so we would have to get up in the morning after driving all the way out there, because we couldn't take off work. We were my husband was just at a new job. We only had like a couple of days, so we'd drive all the way out there, spend one day, get up early Christmas morning to drive up to Denver to the other family to have Christmas, and the kids had to pack up all their toys from Santa Claus that they gotten from grandparents that night before. So here we spent Christmas Eve repacking the car to drive. It was a nightmare. We did this for about 6 years, and finally we couldn't say no. We just struggled with this, and finally one year my one set of the parents said, we're going to go to Hawaii this year. They always said, how can we have Christmas without you being here? It just won't be the same, and on and on. But they decided to go to Hawaii, and another set of brothers and his family were going to go to another place. This year they all decided they had places they wanted to go. I mean, here all these years, we put ourselves out because we thought we were going to destroy the family and mess up Christmas if we weren't there every single year. And it dawned on us, why is it they get to go and do all these things and they just manipulate us into, and browbeat us into coming every year out there? And we finally said, no, not again. We're going to stay at home at Christmas, and you're welcome to come out to our place anytime if you want to, and that's fine. Because we couldn't get them to compromise to go to one year and one, they just wouldn't do it. So we said, okay, we're staying home. Do you know, from that point on, we had the best Christmases ever. We loved it. Our family got over it after about a year or two. They didn't think
About
anything
14 years.
Yeah, 14 years. But, it only took a couple of years, and they didn't think anything more about it, But we allowed ourselves to be put in a position because they were manipulating us, making us feel guilty, and oh my goodness, we're destroying the family. And
You're not responsible for the
you
full
are
outcome
not
of your own
responsible
extended
for
family.
what your extended family feels. Nobody else's feelings. You're not responsible for anybody else's feelings. You do what's best for your family in a loving way. Try to be accommodating if you can. If it's not going to work out, then you just have to say no.
Yeah.
And we were so scared to do it, and it just changed our life. We dreaded Christmas now, then we loved it.
So Carol's Cottage says, when a parent abandons and mistreats you from birth, it really takes a toll. Okay. This could be a whole huge thing, but let me just say on this. This is Tara's 2 cents.
Ooh.
Yes, it really takes a toll. But when you're an adult, it's your responsibility you are responsible for your healing. So even though those people did wrong, and they were wrong, and they should not have done that.
We're not making light of that either.
No, and it's horrible that they did that. But it's up to you, if you've had that situation, to heal, get the help you need, to get the healing you need, and get the help you need. You are responsible for that. And if that means staying away from that person or people, then you need to do that, and you need to be secure enough in yourself and in God's love that you know that you don't need those people to love you because God already loves you. So for something like that, yes, it's very hard, and I'm not trying to say, believe me.
Well, I can say it.
After 25 years of counseling, we know how hard it can be, but it can be done, and you can heal from it. So,
and you have to. If you don't, it's like somebody's going to drive off a cliff in a car, and you're just going to go with them.
Yeah.
You need to get out of the car.
Yeah.
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 Because
and you can't keep enabling it either. Somebody else was talking about,
don't let them keep abusing you
No.
in your adulthood is what you're doing. You're allowing them to.
Well, and it's kind of like what you were talking about with the families. Just because family says come over to our house doesn't mean they're necessarily abusive. But if you feel manipulated all the time, you could just say, hey, this year we're doing this other thing. You're welcome to come over here if you want. And if they don't, that's their thing. But the thing is, you don't need to let yourself, if you feel like you're being manipulated, you don't need to just go. And unfortunately, I realized that just because my family used to say a lot of things about blood is blood and stick with well, that's not really true. And a lot of the people that hurt you are people closest to you. And as Christians, we're called to love them, but that doesn't mean that we're called to continue to be
Used.
Or
manipulated.
Under the manipulation and just succumbing to it. That's a misunderstanding of what Jesus was telling us to do. But it doesn't mean we have to be hateful about it either. But there are times where it's good to say, you know what, I love you. I hope for the best for you. I think maybe it's better that we're
Well,
you
who we
can't use
are
it as
separately
yeah,
from
you
each
can't
other.
use it as an excuse. You cannot use it as an excuse for the things that you do in your life that are wrong. An example, my dad abandoned us and left us literally poverty stricken. I mean, most Americans don't know what poverty is. We knew what poverty was. I mean, we're talking $500 a month for 2 kids
Talking about
and a
heat
mom.
in one room of a 2,000 square foot house.
Yeah. And
the
so
wintertime
we
in
were in
Kansas.
true poverty. So I could have taken that and spent this whole time in my life saying, well, I can't do this because I grew up. I hear people all the time say, I grew up poor and I know there's just nothing I can do about it. Or I'm working X job because there's just nothing I can do about it and I'm just never going to get a better job. No. Now, I'm not sitting here dwelling on it all the time. And what my dad did was wrong and I've forgiven him. But by letting those things control your life now, that's just as wrong. Because it's your responsibility to say, okay, I need to take responsibility for what happened and how I feel about it and how am I going to react to that. So
It doesn't mean you're taking.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're taking responsibility for the wrong that they did, but
for your reaction to
your
it.
reactions.
the thing is, if you want to stay close to it, it'll consume you until the day you die.
Well, see, if I had remained angry, hateful, mean, unforgiving towards Tara's dad,
Yeah.
what could I have done to my children by them having to come home every day and live with a mom that did that? If I had done that and talked mean about him and just griped all the time, look what he did to us, blah, 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 and on and on and on, it would have gone on to the next generation. It would affect my children horribly. It would have been another hurt on them and another abuse. It would have affected their children. And by allowing that to happen, by you living in that, you're affecting everybody around you, and you don't even realize it sometimes. You can choose, I'm not going to do the same thing they did to me to other people by keeping my anger and unforgiveness. I'm not going to do that to somebody else because I've been hurt. I know what it feels like, so I'm going to stop it here. The buck stops right here. I'm going to love, be forgiving, and move on, because otherwise I'm hurting everybody I care about, around me.
Well, and the Bible says God takes what's bad, has happened to you as bad, and turns it into good. Well, look at
Beauty for meshes.
my dad leaving us in complete poverty. Okay, we could have gone and this was horrible. Okay, I'm never going to be anything in my life. No, what did we do? Turned it into a
Living
business
on the dime
to help literally hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people all over the world.
If I'd stayed mad and unforgiving, if Tara had stayed mad and unforgiving,
because of our story.
look what it could have been, so much worse. We wouldn't.
Man, I can't. Some things I just wish I could share, but I can't. But I was thinking about, I've seen situations where I and another person were in the identical situation, and now that I'm
not
getting advanced in years, I realized we took divergent paths. They took the path of unforgiveness. They took the path of holding on to those problems. They took the path of other people have wronged me, and I need them to make it right. And God took me on the path of, they wronged me too, and you wronged me, and I forgave you, and now you come with me, and you're mine. And above all, I love you, and I paid for you. And even though, like the Bible says, when we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. And he reminds me of that sometimes when I think, this person, I just don't know what I can do with them. And he's saying, hey, I loved you when you were unlovable, and I made you lovable.
And I forgave you.
And I forgave you, and I have given you everything. And those are the things where I have to remember in those moments. And it's really not a struggle for me in most parts of life, but every now and then something will come up that challenges me. And some of the biggest challenges have been the last probably 5 years. But I think he's reminded me that I have to let those things go. I have to be, they say hurt people. And it's funny because people talk about, maybe it's genetic in my family. Maybe we're just all mean. No, you're not mean. This person is mean to this person, and then this person thinks, I'm growing up, and now I can be strong in my own strength and fight against that. And now I'm going to exert myself. I'm going to show that I'm the powerful one. And then you end up hurting the next person down the line, and you don't even realize it. And those are the things where you have to think, no, I'm the one that's stopping this. Mm-hmm. I've been hurt, and I'm not going to hurt the next generation.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's really hard. And there are times where you think, man, I never got to do this part, but I have to put up with this part.
It would have been easier for me to be unforgiving. It would have been so much easier in one sense. But I loved my kids enough, and I loved mostly God above all else. But then the kids, that I didn't want them.
It was mostly me.
Not your brother?
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd say the same,
Who cares about
And
them?
I love them enough. And that's our relationship with God, too. He loves us so much that he forgave us. And when you start doing the love, it goes all the way back to that. Then the forgiving starts.
Should we start singing Kumbaya?
Something else about that is God has used those moments to show me the depth of his love in a much greater way than I ever realized before. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because I always hate to say too much, but a lot of you know that I and my parents do not have a relationship, and it was I was on the receiving end of a lot of very, very ugly things. And there was a point through all this where I had this sudden realization because the song Good, Good Father came on the radio. And it was right after a really big thing where we saw God work in a miraculous way in our lives with regard to this situation. And I remember thinking afterwards, wow, you really are my father. And God said to me, I've always been your father. And I realized, whoa, it's funny because the places that he's brought me now, I could never believe that it would have come this far. Back when I mentioned that one person that was telling me, you can't do this in your own strength. You can't be good enough. You have to believe and trust in him. And And I was thinking, what do you mean I can't be good enough? I was stuck on that. I can't be good enough. It really, really made me upset because that's kind of a message I had always gotten in my life up to then. But I remember at the point of realizing, man, I've burned myself with everything I touch, and I just need to put this down. And it's funny because in those days I said, Lord, I know you've been following me. I know you've been trying to lead me, and I can't fix this. So I'll come, but you're gonna have to fix this because I can't. And it's funny because I think that's the moment He wants us to get to.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And after all these years, it's funny because there's like a progressive stepping up of Him demonstrating, wow, how the depths are so much greater than I ever thought.
Mm-hmm. We have no clue. No clue. No. Any more questions?
And that's all you're going to say
So we
about
could keep
that.
on talking, or you could give us another question.
All right, I think that's it.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
And once again, after we have a Bible talk, if you guys do not have a Bible and you would like one, please email us, editor@livingonadime.com, and we will send you one. Well, actually, we've had so many requests, my assistant is going to send you one. We're paying for it, but I mean, my assistant has been sending them out because the last time we put that call out, we had quite a few, so we
But we would like to share the
would
blessing
be
that we've
happy
had.
to send you one if you don't have a Bible and would like one. So just email us, editor@livingonadime.com. Happy birthday, honey!
Happy birthday,
Thank
Michael.
you, thank you.
Wow.
The first 50 years, wow. 50 years, wow.
Now it's downhill. Do you realize it's downhill?
I've always heard this
Aren't
when
you
I was...
glad your mother-in-law's so positive for
Yes.
you?
What's it like down there?
Oh. You see, you witnessed it. You witnessed what I have to live through.
After all this forgiveness.
And now you're asking me to forgive you on top of that. Oh dear. That's why I'm so good at forgiveness, see? Oh goodness, guys.
I've been sent to keep you in check.
Oh yeah. Make sure I don't
To
have
keep you
pride.
humble.
Yeah, make sure I don't have too much pride. Oh goodness.
All right,
It's been
guys.
awesome having you guys here. This is a
Yes.
great birthday party.
You guys are wonderful.
I really
Only 3 more
appreciate
shows
it.
Can't
till
thank
Christmas.
you enough. We love you guys, really.
And I love all the
Yeah.
cards and all the
Yeah.
great sentiments. And it
We
was
do
awesome.
love you.
We only have 3 more shows before Christmas.
Yep.
So I don't know what we're going to do.
Yep.
All right,
Christmas
don't
already?
forget to check out our new planners, guys. I've got a few of the mistakes left, and then 25% off the planner sets and 10% off the regular planners.
And
So
Ellie's soap
Oh.
I'm
really
shipping
smells
those on
good.
Monday.
Ellie's soap.
And don't forget Ellie's soap.
Somebody just
Really
said
good.
enjoy more cake, and I forgot to mention, Jill was talking a minute ago, and Tara was gesturing to me, and I was like, and I was realizing that wasn't a commentary on Jill. That was me telling Tara, if I eat any more chocolate, I'm gonna have sugar shock. So anyway,
Oh dear.
All right, guys, please like, subscribe, and
Bye-bye,
share.
guys.
Visit us at
See you next
livingonadime.com, and livingonadime.com, and we will be back on Monday. I don't know why. I have no idea what we're doing on Monday. Toffee. We'll do toffee. Oh dear, do we want to do toffee?
No.
No, please no.
what's toffee? What's wrong with toffee?
Grandma
Every
just-
time I make it on the show, I burn it. I don't know. I think we should do toffee. We'll see. But anyway, have
Bye-bye.
a good night, guys.
Bye.
See you later.
Thanks.